Greetings!
And welcome to all of our new and old friends here at Cottage. It feels like a really long time since we've done a catch-up, and we wanted to sit down, have a nice cup of tea, and tell you what's been going on for us this very busy fall season.
As always, October in particular is very busy for us. So the moments in this video was windows of calmness and relaxation for us, and it is something that we really need during the fall season. Because it's been a lot of work and we have been busy beavers, and it's just been a lot of things that have happened around our cottage in general. So it's just been a lot of small little peculiar things happening around the cottage, and that's truly the cottage life for you. So we started to have a wasp here and there visiting our kitchen, and it's not a weird thing really.
Not for Cottage.
Not for our cottage at least. And that's how we found out that a colony of wasps have moved in to our wall. And
they wanted to live at Cottage too.
I take it as a compliment.
We're still figuring things out with our landlord, but it's just been an interesting experience that every day there's a wasp inside that we have to catch and release. Or I've been finding dead ones on the floor, so that was one of the reasons why we didn't know if we could decorate the porch this year, because one of the holes that they were coming in and out of was right where we put up the bunting, usually, right under one of the windows. But we finally found corn stalks for the porch, which I was so happy. And so, Jonas, you were very brave, and you hung up the bunting and during a time when they weren't super active. It's just been really interesting observing all of the cobweb critters around the cottage as they're all busy gathering nuts and things for the fall. And it's just kind of eye-opening when you think about that it's a very busy season for them too, isn't it?
It's really interesting to watch them and see how they get ready for hibernation. And speaking of hibernation, we have recently had the biggest visitor yet to our next door neighbor, the cemetery. And it's kind of exciting, a little spooky at the same time, but it's been a bear walking around.
So we realized we needed to be a little more careful as we were taking strolls in the cemetery. I realized I probably shouldn't go there by myself for a little while, just to make sure. It's kind of funny how this time of year people, are afraid of like ghosts and things around Halloween time. And, if you visit a cemetery, what you might find there. But the things you really need to be careful are, watching out for the wildlife, because I've also seen a lot of roadkill lately, which is really sad, as they're all very active. You also just have to watch your head, because there's things falling down more from the trees, like big nuts, and squirrels are knocking down things. And October is such a beautiful time of year that you just want to be outside all the time. But I guess this year what's standing out to me is just that you gotta watch your step a little bit more.
So that is a little bit what's been going on outside of the cottage, but a lot have been going on inside too.
Like what?
Like a lot of Etsy orders, and thank you so much for everyone who bought the folded greeting cards, the Halloween cards I just listed. It's been sold out, so thank you.
Yay, thank you. And we also sold out of our collaboration with Storybook Candle Company with the Halloween Cottage candles, so thank you so much for supporting small shops like ours this holiday season. It means so much. And you've been keeping us very busy, so thank you. But Jonas, what has been the most crazy busy thing for us, or you, this October?
I'm gonna tell you what, every October I feel like how Santa Claus feels during Christmas time. Because I have been carving pumpkins after pumpkins after pumpkin.
Are you the pumpkin king?
I don't like to call myself a pumpkin king, but a pumpkin prince.
Yeah.
Because there's many good princes in the studio that I work for. And it's been
a pumpkin princess.
You are a pumpkin princess, yes, okay, definitely.
Because I got to help at the studio this year.
Yeah. And what was your experience?
So I got to help taking out all of the guts inside the pumpkins.
All the seeds.
Yeah. How much do these pumpkins weigh?
They weigh up to, I would say, 125 pounds.
They are big. Taking out the guts is a big job, and I had got like bruises on my arms because of hitting the inside of the pumpkin. So
Yeah.
it was a fun experience to be there with you for that. And so I got to see your pumpkins in person. I was very happy about that. Do you want to talk about some of your favorite ones you did this year?
My favorite pumpkins to make is always my own design, and I would say especially a scarecrow that I liked a lot.
That was my favorite one.
And also an owl, a barn owl I made. And what else? I really like the Chinese dragon.
So glad to be able to see your pumpkins glowing in person at the studio, because we're not going to be able to get a chance to see them at the events this year. So could you share where these pumpkins are ending up and about the studio you work for?
So the studio I work for is called Rise of the Jack-o'-lanterns, and they are based here in New York State. And they have multiple events going on every year. It can change from year to year, but it's in locations as Chicago Botanical Garden, on Long Island, and Wisconsin, and a little smaller one in Hartford, in an old prison, I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool locations.
Yeah.
So yeah, you always get a little surprised on what kind of locations they'll have.
And this is your 8th season.
My 8th season, yeah.
Pumpkin carving. And I just have to brag about you a little bit because because I got to hear at the studio the great feedback that you get, and just you've been doing this so long now that your pumpkins are just like top notch.
You know, it's
so good.
It's a good sign when you sort of feel like a pumpkin, that you turn into a pumpkin.
Yes. That's literally what happens to us every October. So that is some of the wonderful craziness we've been having so far this October, and I feel like only now we're just getting a chance to catch our breath before part 2 of October of all of the wonderful Halloween events in Sleepy Hollow, and our birthday's coming up.
You're right.
Yeah! Fall is our absolutely favorite season because we get to celebrate so many wonderful things together. But what can happen to me, at least sometimes, is something I like to call autumn anxiety because I get overwhelmed with how much fun things I want to do, all the video ideas we have, and events in Sleepy Hollow. Trying to keep up with social media and emails and everything. We're so grateful for what we do. It just gets really, really overwhelming a little bit more every year, I would say. I've been learning to try to schedule in more time to process all of these things because I can really get tangled up in my own web of thoughts. So I've been trying to take more time here and there for self-care even during our busy season. It isn't easy, but it definitely helps. So something I just always try to remind myself about this time of year, and I thought I'd mention, is mental health is more important than Halloween. Even if, I love Halloween so much, you have to take care of yourself.
I get reminded about that it's a lot of jack-o'-lanterns, but only one of me.
Yeah, true.
So,
don't lose your head.
Don't lose your head. Or I carve a new one.
Yeah, there you go. That's all we need.
So, Lindsay, what is your favorite things with self-care? What do you do?
Well, for me, I just like to try to get out as much as possible and enjoy the beautiful October. And one of our favorite ways to do that is by going to Pumpkin Patch, where they have a corn maze and apple orchard and a little farm shop where they sell apple cider donuts.
And what's so special with cider donuts is that they only sell them really one time a year, like during Halloween and October. And it's so good.
Yeah, they're amazing.
It's like the sense, the flavor.
Don't you think apple cider donuts are self-care?
I would say that. Yeah,
a form of self-care.
Of course, a limit.
In moderation. And as the leaves have started to change color here, I'm trying to go out on nature walks as much as we can because it goes so fast. One day this tree can be beautiful and you drive by the next few days and it's gone. So you just really have to take those moments when you can and enjoy. Even though we really enjoy all of the fun things that are happening in Sleepy Hollow Country in October, and we have some fun plans for our birthdays this year, because we decided we would rather have experiences together instead of giving each other gifts this year.
Yeah.
I think some of our favorite Halloween traditions are things we like to do around the cottage, actually. What are some of those things that you like?
Yes, there's a lot of nice, cozy things you can do. One of them is just a traditional movie night with a fun, cozy movie watching together.
Yeah.
And
we don't like horror movies or anything
yeah,
like that. So
we like cozy, spooky things.
Yes. So we like things like Hocus Pocus. So Hocus Pocus 2 was a treat this year.
Yeah, and there's also like these old-fashioned radio shows you can listen to, like from the
it's like
40s.
Yeah, they have Halloween episodes that are really cozy, spooky.
Board games is fun. And especially this new card game that I was in a collaboration with two art pieces of mine called Guillotine. Guillotine. It's a play on words.
Yes.
And if you're into like cozy, spooky things, I suggest you to look into Vindicated Entertainment.
Another favorite Halloween tradition is reading The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, because it's a short story, and I just love to every year reread it and find something new out about it. This year, what has been extra cozy is having our Cozy Cottage Club on Discord, where we have our book club. So I've been discussing different Sleepy Hollow things with other members there. We've been having our monthly book club meetings, which are always one of my favorite parts of the month, but for October we're doing something a little different. So our October tea party is going to be more of a Halloween/birthday party, so it's always just such a very cozy time getting to chat with all of the members of the Cozy Cottage Club. So if you would like to join the Cozy Cottage Club, there's a few ways you could do it. There's either totally for free here on YouTube, your support in any way means so much, or we also have channel memberships available now on YouTube, which is a nice little kind of extra way to help support our channel. But our favorite place to get to know you all better is over on Patreon. And that is where we share tons of behind the scenes, and lately there's been some really, really cool behind the scenes stuff we've been sharing from Sleepy Hollow and the Pumpkin Studio. And of course that is where we have our tea parties over on Discord. And we have a little PayPal tip jar set up in the description box in case you would like to send any kind of one-time little birthday gift to us. Your support in any fashion means so much to us. We've just set up these things for people who have asked for different ways to support us.
So thank you everyone for watching and spending time with us here at the cottage. As for us, we are gonna go do some pumpkin carving, and however you celebrate your Halloween, remember to have fun and take care of yourself.
Yes, that's what's most important. And thank you again for all the birthday wishes, and hope you have a magical, charming Halloween. Bye for now.
Bye for now.